Shabbat Shalom Yisrael. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachel Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those Le'akim that preach the word in all truth and sincerity, along with the Israelite foreigner brothers that look like the heathens. But the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is brother your call, a mock the lesson, and today's lesson will be entitled Unprofitable Servants. That's going to go on some precepts, and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, And I'm going to start off with the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 7. And it reads, and this is our Lord Yahweh Shai speaking, and it reads, but which of you having a servant plowing or feeding cattle will say unto him, by and by, which by and by means immediately, when he is come from the field, go and sit down to meat, and will not rather say unto him, make ready wherewith I may sup, and gird thyself and serve me, till I have eaten and drunken, and afterward thou shalt eat and drink. Right? So, the servant of the master, because the master is over the servant, so the servant is supposed to serve his master dinner before he himself, which is the servant, before he eats, man. It says, verse 9, it says, doth he thank that servant because he did the things that were commanded him? I try not, meaning no. So likewise ye, when ye shall have done all those things which I commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done that which was our duty to do. That's right, man. Because that same method applies in the truth too. So, at the end of the day, us in this truth, we are unprofitable servants. We're supposed to go out and teach the word on the hows and byways week in, week out, and make our daily sit downs, and praying and fasting and try to, please Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai to the best of our ability, man. Because when you go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, because this is our whole duty. This is our duty and purpose as Israelite men on earth. You go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13, and it reads, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. So let's sum up the whole thing. In other words, it says, fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Right, so that's our whole duty as Israelite men on earth. This is our purpose, is to fear Yahweh, the Most High, and keep his commandments, man. The law, his commandments to the best of our ability. And Yahweh Shai gave his commandment, to feed the sheep, through Peter, So this is our duty, and let's look at that word unprofitable, because we all service in this truth, man. Unprofitable of a business or activity not yielding profit or financial gain, of an activity not beneficial or useful. Right. So let's look it up in the blue letter, because I had meant to look that up. I totally forgot to look it up. But but unprofitable.
Strong's G 888. Achrayas.
Yep. It means useless, good for nothing, right? So, at the end of the day, we're supposed to, because at the end of the day, we are but dust and ashes, man, and the Lord called us worms. Worms is nothing. Worms is useless, but at the end of the day, Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, he uses us as tools in order to push his word out, So, as it says in 2 Corinthians 4 and 7, because it's not about us. This truth is not about us. It's about Yahweh Shemon Shai. This is 2 Corinthians 4:7. And it reads, but we have this treasure in the earthen vessels. Right, this treasure is this knowledge that we got. This high valuable knowledge, which is precious, man. And the earthen vessels are the bodies that we have now. This mortal flesh, that's subject to sin, subject to decaying, because the more and more we're on the earth, the more and more we're getting older, and the more our bodies is waxing old. You see, it says that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh and not of us, right? So at the end of the day, this truth is about Yahweh Shemon Shai. All the power and glory goes to the Lord and not of us, because we are, us men, we are but dust and ashes, and the Lord called us worms, so, and the Lord don't need us, we are expendables in His truth, so at the end of the day, we servants of the Lord, and this truth is our reasonable service. Romans 12:1. And it reads, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. Right? So, how do we make our bodies a living sacrifice? When we go out on the highways and byways, risking our lives to teach His word, man. Because every time we go out on the highways and byways, we can be potentially get killed out there. It's been accounts of, I heard a brother, he was put to death in teaching the words of Yahweh Shemon Shai, because our people hate the prophets. That's why our Lord Yahweh Shai said, O Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets. So our people, the wicked of our people, the 2/3, they're known for killing the prophets because they hate correction. They love darkness rather than light. But that's how we make our bodies living sacrifice, and we sacrifice our time, throughout our daily walk in life. Every day, we put up videos. Every brother that's diligent put up videos every day, day and night. So we sacrifice our time, our energy, and efforts, in order to please Yahweh Shemon Shai, so we can get brownie points when all hell break loose, man. So we can have the hedge of protection, so we can be able to eat and drink in time of Jacob's trouble. So we can be shielded from the said perils, the destruction. So this is our reasonable service, man. This is going back to the parable. Yahweh Shai said, unprofitable servants. This is what we're supposed to do. This is what we're supposed to do. Let's go to Matthew chapter 9. I got a couple more precepts. Matthew 9 and verse 37. And it reads, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous. Right, and what is the harvest? The harvest is Israelites. So it's plenteous, meaning it's a lot of Israelites, right? But the laborers are few. So the laborers are the servants of prophets. So there are only few, prophets and servants of the Lord that's going to be able to do the work, in all truth and sincerity, which are the elect. It says, verse 38, pray therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. Right. That's what the Lord did. The Lord sent his laborers, his servants and prophets, unto his harvest, unto the nation of Israel. So now our people have no cloak for their sins. Now they're held accountable of their deeds. So now that the truth have been exposed to them, now, they can't say they didn't know. They can't say I didn't have a chance to repent. So at the end of the day, when we teach our people the word, tell our people, warn them of the destruction that's about to come to America, and talk about the plagues of Jacob's trouble, and we tell them to repent. If they don't repent, that's on them. The blood is washed off our hands because we told them, we warned them. We blew the trumpet into them. So that's on them. At the end of the day. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to make a quick lesson on that, unprofitable servants. And Lord willing, I was edified. And until next time, Shalom.